Alrighty guys, I hope you guys are having a glorious and wonderful day today. In today's video, I really want to talk about the positive and negative reasons of why Moldavite will leave anybody and basically what it means. So to quickly kind of get over the negative perspective on why Moldavite will leave a person is really because they're just not in synchronistic energy. So for example, say you get a piece of Moldavite and you say you're ready for changes and you're ready for change and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden this Moldavite keeps disappearing on you, right? Maybe you keep losing it. Maybe you have it on a necklace and it keeps breaking off, or maybe you keep misplacing it, right? And so you may be wondering like, what the heck is going on? Well, it's really quite simple, guys. So like the energy, you and the piece of Moldavite, you're just not in that synchronistic energy yet. And so Moldavite it's like it's trying to flee from you because it's like you're not willing to make those changes, and it needs to be somewhere where it has high frequency, where it is going to be able to help and facilitate those changes in a person who will actually do the work to make it happen. And so if you find yourself in this position, just realize that you can actually change that so your Moldavite's not always trying to run away from you by you actually doing the work, by you programming it correctly, like, even if it was like, hey, piece of Moldavite, like maybe I'm scaring you off right now, but I am willing and I really want to be willing to make those changes. Help me to make those changes, kind of thing. And so it's just as simple as kind of programming it to do that. And that's basically it. Now, from a more positive perspective on why Moldavite will leave you, this is kind of almost like a decision that you make. It's not like it's trying to run away from you. This is something that you choose to do. Kind of like what I've been choosing to do when I give away my pieces of Moldavite, just like these two that I want to be giving away. And it's different because it's not fleeing away from you. You just kind of feel it. The Moldavite feels it. It's like its purpose has come to an end in your life and you're ready to exchange it for newer pieces of Moldavite, right? It's not like you're going to just give up on Moldavite. You're just exchanging it for a newer piece of Moldavite, whether it's maybe faceted or maybe it's carved or maybe it's from a different location. Right? But it's a higher frequency of Moldavite that's going to take you to that next level. And that's kind of like the more positive perspective when you already know that the time has come to an end and the Moldavite's also ready to help someone else to evolve. Because usually when you give a piece of Moldavite away, the person that you're giving it away to really, really actually needs it. And it's just funny how everything works so synchronistically. When you give away a piece of Moldavite, you usually end up acquiring a new one right afterward. At least that's how it's been in my experience, even though maybe sometimes you have to wait a while to just find the right one, but eventually the right piece always shows up exactly when you need it. If you trust God, if you trust the universe, it just all works synchronistically when you're working correctly, when you're working, in alignment with where you're supposed to be going. And so I really wanted to share that with you guys. Maybe you guys have had experience with this as well, maybe negative and positively. I know even in my life, I know sometimes I misplaced a piece of Moldavite, but I quickly found it. It's just that at that time I was really angry, and I know that when I get angry, it drops my frequency, and the Moldavite really it's like it's trying to run away from me. So I have experienced that a couple times, but I always end up finding the Moldavite again. And now I'm at a point where I'm just kind of giving these pieces away because I'm kind of like regenerating my supply, so to speak, or resupplying myself as well with newer, bigger, maybe just more distinct looking, very unique looking pieces of Moldavite. And so it's just amazing to see how in this journey, how it progresses, whether you're giving away Moldavite or whether you're losing it. It just really depends on your frequency and where you're at in your spiritual adventures. So I'm actually kind of curious, guys, how many of you guys have actually lost a piece of Moldavite, and how many of you have actually been giving them away, just to kind of see where everyone's at right now. I'd be curious to see, maybe you guys are curious to see as well, just who's fleeing from who and who's coming to who. And there's nothing wrong with either of them, guys. It's just where we're at in our journey. And just to be aware of that, though. Be aware of that. Is your Moldavite fleeing from you, or are you giving it away? So just kind of make that mental note and just kind of see, because if it's running away from you, you're doing something to cause it, okay? It's like you gotta make that, you gotta take that mental note, do that self-awareness check, and see what's actually causing that. And if you're giving it away, well, then you're on the right path, and then I'm sure you're gonna find a really great piece of Moldavite coming up soon. I know I am, so I'm pretty excited about that, guys. So I want to make this quick video on Sunday. I have a lot going on still, but yeah, next week's video will probably be another update. So many new changes are actually happening. I hope you guys are ready for the 8.8 basically portal coming up this week. I don't know if you guys are into portals, but I definitely do believe in portals. The 8.8 is coming up this Wednesday. I'm excited. So many new things are coming. And so yeah, guys, I send you guys so much love, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. See ya.